Good afternoon and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here today with Riley and Bernadette, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Riley's ability to understand and respond to her formal on-leash obedience commands. The little tiny corrections and the clicker treat motivations that we're using when we're working with her, and the training equipment that we're using. Bernadette is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and she keeps the bulk of the leash folded neatly in her right hand. That leaves her left hand free if needed to give any little correction. And the only correction that we give is a little tiny tug and release on the training collar, and that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. It's the martingale collar that you sent with her. She is sitting very nicely at Bernadette's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done. And the first exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is heeling. Heeling is proper leash walking, and the command is Riley, heel.
Riley, heel.
Now Riley likes you to be happy. She wants a lot of praise, a lot of positive reinforcement. And the clicker is what we use as her praise and her reinforcement, but you can also tell her good girl, you can pet her head, just to keep her up, tail up, head up, and happy. It is raining, so we're trying to get her to do this video very nice, and Bernadette used that click as her reward. Now the next command that we're going to demonstrate is the sit stay. Stay is a hand and a voice command, and because it is a stationary exercise, it is a one-word command.
Stay.
Your long sit stay when you're practicing at home is for 1 minute, working up to 3 minutes, and eventually you're going to be able to drop your leash and continue your training from a distance. And she does do some off-leash work. When Bernadette returns back to her, she walks all the way around her, back to heel. She clicked her because she remained seated until Bernadette got back to her shoulders, and then they take off heeling again.
Good job, Mama. Stay.
Bernadette leaves her in another sit stay.
Stay.
And this time, instead of returning back to her, when Bernadette is ready to release her, she will call her.
Riley, come.
She comes and she should sit.
Good girl.
And she gets a click for sitting. And you can click and treat as much as you want to in the beginning, and then slowly back off on the treats, because we want her to know that she's doing a good job. I know she's fairly new rescue in your home, so we don't know probably much of a history on her.
Good.
So we want her to enjoy this. Now the next command that we're going to demonstrate for you is the down from a heel position. So with her seated at your left, you take your left open palm, push it straight down toward the ground, and give the one-word command to down.
Down. Stay.
Your long down stay when you're practicing at home can be practiced indoors. In fact, all of these commands can be practiced indoors, and we have, because we're trying to teach her also to learn to give you your personal space. When Bernadette returns back to her, she's going to return again all the way around her, just like she did on the sit. She praises her for a good job, and she gives her another command.
Good girl.
She's going to demonstrate that down from a heel again for you.
Down. Stay. Stay.
And she can also call her out of this command.
Riley, come.
Good girl. And a nice sit. That was beautiful.
Yep.
And the very last command that we're going to demonstrate for you is her down from a distance.
Yep. Good girl.
So at this point you have her sit. You leave her in a stay.
Stay.
You turn to face her. This is the only time that you use your right hand to give the command. And we're going to drop her into a down from a distance.
Stay.
And you're going to be able to lengthen out the distance that you are when you give the command, and again the amount of time that she can hold it. For the first week, I would practice along with your video, doing the basics until she's doing them perfectly. And then you can move on to lengthening out your time, dropping your leash, and all of those things. She's a sweetheart. She's been a wonderful guest. We've enjoyed having her. And we want to thank you again for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company.